Right, ladies and gentlemen, let's now look at the legal aspects of a partnership. Again, not directly examinable, but you need to know the underlying theory here. So, a quick legal overview. In South Africa, there is no specific legislation, no acts governing partnerships. So, we refer to common law here. Okay? The basic principle from a legal perspective is all starting with the perspective that there is no legal entity, no juristic person created for a partnership. The partnership is just two individuals working together, two natural persons. So because of that, we must note that partners are held jointly and severally liable for the obligations of the partnership. If myself and Joe, who are in a partnership, we carry on business, we decide to wind up or dissolve the partnership. If upon dissolution, the liabilities, the obligations are greater than the assets, then all the creditors, the people the partnership owed money to, can come to Joe and myself, either individually or both of us together. Okay? If Joe runs out of money, I will be liable for all the debts of the partnership. Same for me. If I've got no money, then Joe could be held liable for all the debts of the business. Right? So jointly and severally liable. That's a big thing. Also, from a tax perspective, the partnership does not pay tax in its own right. Each of the individual partners will pay tax as individuals. So the profits from the partnership will accrue to me as a partner, and I will pay tax in my personal name. Establishment of a partnership can be done in one of two ways, either by action or by agreement. Action just means that there's a tacit agreement, okay? Our conduct, myself and my business partner, act in a certain way that makes it a reasonable assumption that we're in business partnership together. Agreement, well, here we just have an agreement in words, right? It could be in verbal, a discussion that we agree orally to partner as business partners. Preferably, it should be in a written agreement, right? So, there's no specific legislation saying what must be in the agreement, but the general requirements for there to be an agreement are that both partners must have to contribute to the partnership, either in money, assets, or some type of labor or skill, and the business must have the intention to make a profit, and we must decide how to divide the profit. Right. So the partnership agreement, highly recommended that this thing is always done in writing, guys. Otherwise, it's a he said, she said when things go wrong. Where the agreement is silent, okay, for certain types of situations or transactions, then common law principles apply. Now, this is not a law course, but some of the common law principles that will apply if the agreement is quiet. So, if there's not an agreement that says otherwise, the following will apply. The partners will have equal rights in management of the business. Ownership of the partnership will be in the same ratio as they share profits or losses. And that leads us to how will profits be shared. If the agreement is silent on this, then we can assume that they will be shared in their ratio of their capital contributions. If we don't have any specific capital contributions with monetary rand value, i.e. we both putting in labor and skills, then we'll assume that it will be shared equally. Okay, so that's not an exhaustive list of common law principles, but it gives you a good foundation for when the agreement is silent. I've then given you a list of some of the essential matters to include in the agreement. I'm not going to go through all of this with you. Have a read, please. Dissolution. What happens when we terminate the partnership? Well, first of all, we've got to look at when would a partnership terminate or come under dissolution. Okay, either it could be mutual agreement, the partners decide to go separate ways, hopefully amicably. The partnership may have been set up for a specific purpose, and once that purpose is fulfilled, the partnership comes to an end. The partnership may have also been set up with a specific time period in mind. Once that passage of time is completed, the partnership will automatically dissolve. Also remember, if there's a change in partners, then the original partnership is dissolved and a new partnership is formed. Yes, the business will continue trading as normal, But from a legal perspective, we now either have one less partner or one new partner, which means it's a new partnership, right? So there may be partnership that, well, is dissolved and either re-established because of a death of a partner or retirement, or admission of a new partner. Now, in later study units, we're going to deal with that, the accounting consequences of that in some more detail. Now, also, insolvency will cause dissolution, either insolvency of the partnership or of one of the partners as an individual. They are sequestrated. There might be unilateral action of any one partner. I might, as a business partner with Joe, decide that I want out. I'll phone Joe or give it to him in writing that the partnership has ended. Yes, Joe might be able to sue me for some type of breach of contract, but that will be done per agreement. If one partner acts unlawfully, that will also lead to dissolution of a partnership. And also just remember, this one's a trick here, that a partnership is limited to between 2 and 20 people. If you exceed 20 partners, automatic dissolution occurs. Great. And that gives you a good idea of the legal aspects. Guys, watch this video once, read through the notes once. You don't have to learn any of these items. Please, nothing's going to be tested theoretically here. Just a basis in order for us to continue. Thank you.